What's up to you guys? I think today's the 25th. Yep, February 25th, 2022. So, we just had a storm, so we went out to the store yesterday. I didn't get much. Just went to, I think just one store. It's not really a big storm anyway. It's starting to slush the snow. So I'm using this as the background. It's a nice, that's the sticker I got. So this is the organization. And if you have expired coupons, you send it to them. And then they thank you by sending you stickers. At first it was a postcard that you had to send back to them. And then they sent a letter with signatures on it, a copy of signatures. So now they send me stickers. These are cool. You know, if I accumulate more than one sticker, I have two right now, I'm gonna just put one on a pole or something. So, you know, I didn't really get perped too much today. I mean, yesterday, I did see one or two headlight bandits, one headlight bandits. But that's about it. But the day before, I think it was, let's see, today's Friday right now. I want to say either Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but I told you a lot of stuff happened that day. So, while I was sitting in front of my house before I even got to, walked off the porch to go to Dunkin', Bread Boy parked his car across the street from where I was sitting. And this is a new thing now. He has to park with it, where I can see him. And he had a friend with him. Now, he doesn't say hi to me. His friend did. But the way he said hi to me was it was a little fishy. It seemed like he was, trying to start some shit. I said hi back, I don't think they like that. And I hope not, because I want to be, better than them. Anyways, but he was wearing an old-fashioned Fila jacket that was red, white, and blue. Those colors. All the perps, they always wear American flag, something. You know what I mean? So, I've only seen it a couple times, mostly in their cars. They have, bandanas over their car seats, the headrest. So, okay, he's, that's what he's doing. And I just said hi, whatever. And then I start walking up the block, and there's this car waiting. The engine was on, the guy was in there, blasting this really specific rap song. I never heard the song before. And his friend gets out of the car to run across the street, wearing red shirt, black pants, black hat. He opens the trunk of his red car, and they both look back at me at the same time as I'm approaching the first house up the block. So of course that was, they do that all the time. They open their trunk when you come by. I've never seen these people in my entire life, so I don't know what they're trying to get at with that crap. So it's kind of funny because there's another guy up the block there, and he always used to come out to smoke when I would go, leave. And then one day I kind of beat him to the punch, and as he was walking up the stairs, he looked at me like he wanted to punch me good. I'd rather they get mad than me, So, it's late. It's 3 in the morning. I gotta go to bed. But, what I was trying to say was, so that was 3 different, gangs talking shit. As I'm approaching the corner, there's a lot of people wearing red and black. A lot of red cars. I just didn't film it because it wasn't something new, Because every time I approach the corner, there's always red cars going by. And people wearing red. The lady had red hair one day as I was crossing the street. So I'm like, okay. She was wearing red and black too, so Like, whatever. And they all have their Target bags. Every fucking person has their Target bags. I have a Target bag. I don't know where the hell I put it, though. Anyways. So, I get to Dunkin', and the door's open with the door stopper. Like, completely on the top step. Like, somebody did that on purpose. It could have been that they had a carriage or something, and they needed the door to be wide open. But usually people put the door back the way they found it. So I did that. And then I was like, okay, let me wait a couple minutes and look around. And this foreign guy comes up to me. Like, he was looking, first of all, he approached me and he was looking around first. He made a smile, and then he asked me how much the iced coffee is. Like, usually people at his age, they only drink hot coffee. You know, you guys know I like the iced coffee. You know, that's my favorite. And then he was smiling, but he kept asking 3 or 4 times. I'm like, I don't know, I think like $3 or something. Like, are you fucking kidding? Go in the store and ask. You know, I don't work there. Like, why was he approaching me and asking me this question? That was already a red flag, too. And I go in, and I didn't, go in the line right away. But as I'm standing at the cash register, he pays for his stuff. He got a freaking hot coffee anyway. So I don't know why he asked me about the iced coffee. I guess just to mess with me because I like iced coffee. Whatever. I guess it was new, but it wasn't clever. You know, I know their tactics, so I'm not gonna be falling for this shit. As he's paying, they said that his card declined. 3 or 4 times they had to tell him that he didn't understand what the hell I was saying. He understood. He was just trying to buy time to get me to notice him. Like, I guess he's the new perp. He's a little too old for me, though. He's probably like supposed to be a honey trap or something. Because they already sent, I don't know how many honey traps over the years that didn't work. They're like, oh, maybe she'll like an older man. No. I don't like any perps like that. So anyways, so then he wanted to pay him with cash, and then he left. Like, he like really didn't want to leave. I was like, get your fucking move so I could pay. I, unlike you, have the money to pay for my coffee. You know, they always get, I'm surprised he didn't get the money from his handler. Speaking of handlers, sometime during the week, I accidentally deleted a video of my camera phone. You know, my camera app. It was a handler walking past my house, dressed in a suit. And he was, looking at his watch, so that's like, who the fuck wears watches, first of all? But he was looking at his watch while passing by, and then he kind of looked over at the camera, and then he looked over, and there was a car driving past very slowly. So I guess the handler, that he was the handler, and the car was a handler too, probably teaching him how to do that stuff, because the car didn't honk. Usually they either drive past very fast or slow, but they honk. And he didn't honk at all, so it was very weird. I was like, shit, I deleted it. I was going to share it to you. Oh, and then, not for nothing, I started walking up to Dunkin'. Douchebag brother was coming down the block. He's shorter than me. That's why he hates me too, because maybe he wants to be me. Who knows? And he had all the kids with him. His kids and his nieces, I guess. And he was picking them up from school, so I guess this is a Jewish school around my neighborhood somewhere. He's picking them up. All this whole time that he always drove them. And he tells these kids to come outside and do faces at me. And so is the other one. They both do it. Like, really? I'm not gonna videotape him. So he jumped when he saw me. And then he looked over at his children. Then he looked back at me. I'm like, I'm not gonna say shit to you in front of your children. I don't do that kind of shit, It's very rarely that I videotape the children, but I usually tape the parents because they're doing shit. And then they tell their children to wear red and black. like Jillian. That was crazy too, because I was hearing her name every minute. Usually I see her, or I see like evidence that she's been by. She used to break a lot of our stuff. So she had her carriage and then her little kid. But he was wearing red. She swore that's what she looks like. She never changes her style or her hair. You know, she always has a long ponytail. You know, witches always have long hair like that. They can't cut it because they think the power that they have over us is in their hair. They don't have no power over us. God is in control. I don't know why they can't understand that, but that's their problem. Yeah, so all that stuff happens. So when I went out today, I was so happy I went somewhere else to get Dunkin'. But then on the way to the store too, now they put another honey trap in my site, and I've seen this person a couple times. Never in my neighborhood until yesterday. A few years ago, I almost dated this guy from another country, and he's wherever he is right now. I don't know where, but he's not here anymore. Like I met him, we flirted, was about to go ask each other out or whatever. But then my father got sick, so I never saw the guy again. So now there's a doppelganger of him, and I saw him at the weirdest time. I don't know if it was last year, the year before. We went out to eat for Mother's Day. We went to Queens. I was sitting at the table. All of a sudden, this guy across from me looked just like this guy that I almost dated. Was wearing a hoodie with the freaking guy's nickname on it. I was like, what the fuck? It completely looked just like him, right? So then a few months ago, I'm standing in front of the post office after I sold something, and here he comes driving down the block. The same exact guy. In a purple sports car. They know I like the color purple, I guess. So he drove there, and he drove very fast, but he looked over at me like he would, it was for me, for him to see me. So I'm, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know, sometime last year he did that. But then I saw him yesterday. We drove down the block in the car. We're at the first light at the car. He's turning the corner. And he looks at me and jumps. So I'm like, what the fuck are you jumping for? So then I jumped. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, why does this guy look like him? The only thing he doesn't have is tattoos. I didn't see any tattoos on him. Yeah, the guy's heavily tattooed. But yeah. So they will send honey traps your way if you if you're a target individual and you have a moment in your life where everything's going really well and you're about to meet somebody, you feel a connection with somebody, and you're almost because they don't want you to be happy, so you almost get together with somebody, they see it and they do witchcraft against it, because they don't want you to be happy. Then they're out of a job if you're happy. And then after a while, because I don't know what happened with this guy. Sometimes, when something is left unfinished, you start thinking about the person a lot. So I saw like a lot of reminders over the years, and they tapered off. But now this guy's coming around, I'm like, first I thought he lived near the post office, but I'm like, maybe he just lives near me, and that's pretty shitty. I don't want to see this guy. So I guess I'm going to have to wait till, if I see him again, maybe I could videotape him so you can see what he looks like. But yeah, that's a honey trap. And then the other day I'm talking to my neighbor, and I see Druggy from down the block. He always has a cane on him, pretending to be crippled. And he used to always wait for me at the corner smoking pot. He used to get mad at me when I had the camera out. And he trained that kid wearing the red and black. He's walking past us back and forth with like bags, like tote bags full of clothes and shoes. And he was mumbling to himself. I don't know what he was saying. I'm like, oh fuck, this guy's nuts. But he's always walking past my house every day. Like, I guess he's home. He's a drug dealer, so of course he's gonna be home. I tell you, that video when I showed you Jillian, and that guy really looked like John. Now he's got purple hair. I mean, he knows I like purple. We used to be friends with each other, close friends. He knows that was my color. And he would never dye his hair ever. He usually shaves his hair now, you know? So that was a little fishy too. It was funny because they didn't have the balls to cross the street and do anything. You know what I mean? Erin at least had the balls to tell her boyfriend to roll her ass down up the block. You know, to start shit with me, you know what I mean? And she was laughing the whole time. But these two assholes, they were across the street walking past. They want me to see them, you know what I mean? Like, they need the attention. Like, I don't need to see them. I don't know what the fuck they want, you know? Like, and it's funny because I was watching a video about this very thing. Like, if you get a blessing, there's gonna be people that are coming around, like those old, you know, the people that would block your blessings. So, like, people you used to know. I didn't know Jillian that much. She was my neighbor, and she was an asshole. She still is. She's coming around. I mean, you got kids now, you know. Fuck you. Go live your life. But they think I have a life, you know. Yeah, I got a lot of shit taken away from me before I can even have it. Because somebody else had to push me out of the way to get what I wanted. They didn't even want any of that stuff. They just didn't want me to have it. And no, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about every other thing. So, yeah. And now, some comments are getting deleted again. Or flagged, or whatever. So now they're not going to held in review first, where I could see it. So there's a video with the guy who was waiting for me. He was going to follow me home with a skull ring. 3 comments, and only 1 comment was shown. So I don't know if it was a perp that got reported or something. It could have been, but I would like to have seen what it said first. So annoying. So yeah. I mean, I will block and report them, of course, you know. So I've been having a lot of weird dreams lately. People trying to form covenants with me. And it's probably the witch next door because she's not home. She goes out every day, but her husband drives her everywhere. And she's smoking pot and all that kind of stuff, so. She's probably going out every day and meeting other witches, you know what I mean? Like, she's trying to form a covenant with me. That's why she gave me that piece of candy with the bite in it, because she is hoping that one day when she, you know, that it might work, but it's not. So I had a lot of weird dreams where it was like a table of food was prepared, and then there's like faceless people there, like waiting for my reaction, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? So I always write all these dreams down, all the details, everything I can remember. And then I rebuke them as soon as possible. So, yeah. I have a paper. Let's see. Okay. And then, so your neighbors or whatever, your family could come into your dreams like that too. It's all demons. It's called familiar spirits. It says they try to hinder your success and financial prosperity. And they try to block your blessings. And they're trying to form a covenant with you. And they feed you drinks. And, I mean, feed you food and drink and give you drinks. So then we're going to say, you know, if you do write in your journal, make sure you write everything down that happens. And then afterwards, after you finish writing it down, you say, either, I don't know if you have to say it out loud or you can say it in your head or whatever, but it says, I rebuke this and break the covenant in Jesus Christ's name. Rebuke the covenants that the people are making to you in the dream in Jesus Christ's name. So you always gotta pray and read the Bible. Psalm 91 especially, because that's about gang stalking basically. And remember, if you follow Christ, you're gonna get persecuted. There's a lot of Judases out there, so it's Very long video. Sorry about that. Just wanted to get that shit out. Yeah, there's only so much you can write about. You know, I want to talk to people about this kind of stuff because, you know, I know you're going through it too. It's weird because, yeah, doing this stuff to us in particular, nobody else sees it. Like, whether they're home or not, they just don't see it. Because they're being put under a spell too. These people are putting a spell on them to not see what they're doing. And they're just hiding out, you know. That's why they laugh at us when they see us. They know we're the only ones to see what they're doing to us, you know what I mean? They just slick like that. That's why you have to get a camera for your property, if you're a targeted individual. Don't get the shitty one we got. I would have paid for it if I had the money. But get the Ring doorbell. It's much clearer. You could talk to them in real time. Say, get the fuck off my property. You know what I mean? So, you ever watch, go on YouTube. They got the Ring videos on there. Now they even have areas where you can hide your cameras inside or outside. I wouldn't hide any of them outside because they could steal it. Which there was a video where this woman and her sister or friend or something was going up to somebody's house. They were stealing packages. And they're like, look, that's the camera. And they were taking a screwdriver and trying to take it off. And then another couple, they were high and they actually did take the Ring camera. Yeah, so that's why don't hide them anywhere outside. Just get the Ring camera. I'm just saying. There's a lot of places you can go to get it. I think you can get it at Best Buy now. And it's cheaper. Costco, Best Buy, anywhere, those places. You could go to their website, you know, they got a good deal. And the Ring camera, you know, it has an alarm on it, too. It has a floodlight, you could get the floodlight. But that was good, because that just comes on when they approach your house. You know, this stuff doesn't really work. Like, that would work better on any Wi-Fi. I mean, it catches a lot of herps, I'm not going to say it. Yeah, anything about that, but it doesn't catch that bitch, you know, in the backyard. She throws it out with the window now, so she found the loophole. I guess I'll have to get one from my window. Hide your Ring camera. That's what the guy says in the video. I'm gonna have to get one, just from my window. I'll look into it, see how much it is. I wish I didn't have to do any of this kind of stuff. You know, years ago you didn't have to worry about this kind of stuff, but now we're living in a crazy world. So yeah, that's all. Tomorrow I have a phone appointment, and then I'm going to go out again. I don't know what time, but I'm sure the perps will be waiting for me. Hopefully I'll get everything on camera.